Hey guys, happy stay at home in the COVID-19. Today I'm gonna try to start making these tutorial videos every day on what you can do at home. And yeah, so right now I'm just hanging out with Claudia. She's writing a blog. We also started a new blog, so you can check that out in our Instagram link. And so yeah, here we go. Today's about spinal waves. And the idea of this is to continue to move your spine and try to reconnect with the fluidity that our body has and needs. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to show it to you, demonstrate really quickly on how we can use a wall, just the wall and yourself for it. Now this looks very simple, but it's actually quite challenging, as a lot of people don't have a lot of movements in their thorax and their chest area, right? And they can't differentiate between different parts of the spine. Okay, so with this kind of work, it's not about getting as many repetitions as you can, getting the biggest range that you can, or pushing as hard as you can. It's about taking your time and exploring what your spine is made of, what you are made of. Okay, and the easier you take it, and the more fun you have with this, the more progress you will make. Make no mistake though, you still have to practice, you still have to put in a lot of focus, a lot of work. It's just that the focus and work is not obsessed with the results. It's more obsessed with the practice itself, or having some fun with it. Okay, so to do this drill, you have a number of points in which you need to touch the wall. And you can only touch one of these points to the wall at one time. Okay, let me repeat that. You can only touch one of these points to the wall at one time. Okay? So here are the points. The first point is the forehead. The second, the nose. The third, the chin. Fourth, chest. Fifth, stomach. And finally, your sixth, your hips or pelvis, okay, depending on how you see things, okay? So let me demonstrate really quickly. Number one, forehead, nose, chin, chest, stomach, and finally hips, and you repeat the process. Waving your spine. Okay, now that's the first point, is that there are multiple points throughout the body. There's 6 points throughout the body, and only one of these points can touch the wall at the same time. The second key point is that you want these points to connect. It's not like you're hitting one point and then you're forcing yourself to go to the other point. Okay, so it's not something like that, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's more of a fluid motion, and you try to connect the 6 different points together. Okay, so look something like this again, just to demonstrate. And you continue that way. You can also reverse the movement, going from hips first, stomach, chest, chin, nose, and forehead, and repeat. Okay. So 2 key points. Number one, 6 points. Only one of these points can touch the wall at one time. Number two, you want to try to connect all 6 points together and form this movement. Allow this movement to form into a fluid movement, a connected fluid movement. Okay. One of the things that people struggle with this movement is the transition from. So let's say if you're going from top to bottom. The transition from, a lot of people struggle with the transition from this to this. Okay. So in this position, I go from top to bottom, and once I'm at my bottom, what you're trying to do is actually that you want to round your spine as much as you can. You want to think about curling into a ball as you bring your head towards the wall. So you're curling into a ball gently and bring your head towards the wall. And as you bring your head towards the wall and curl, your head goes forward, your hips go back. Head goes forward, hips go back. Okay? And vice versa the other way. If you're going hips first and going all the way to the top, you want to think about rounding, curling from the bottom, from your hips, and as your hips go forward, your hip goes back. And you repeat the process. And eventually you can also do it without the wall. And do that for however long you want. 3 to 5 minutes is a good recommendation. I hope that helps. One more thing I forgot to add is how far you want to stand away from the wall. The further you stand, the harder it is. The closer you stand, the easier it is in terms of range of motion. Okay. What I recommend is put your feet to the wall, your toes to the wall, and go half the feet of distance back. And that's the distance that I recommend that everybody start with, and then play around with different distances. So yeah, that's the spinal wave. Let me know how it goes, guys.